Alright, late night video, I think. Yeah, kind of late. Anyway, a couple of subjects, right? I did some of this Fight Club thing over here on Skype. And there's some butthole in that room. I don't know who he is. Yeah, I don't know him from nobody. Some trolly guy, doesn't make videos. Might be making videos, which is good. But anyway, he's probably the one partly that organizes this thing. And this, that's probably why it's called Hate Club. It's busy some sort of, he likes TV. He likes reality TV shows. And it gets really defensive when you start dissing reality TV shows. What's on TV? You start dissing what's on TV, yeah, it gets pretty defensive. Calls you a pseudo-scientist and what was the other word he used? Oh yeah, crying about suffering. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm bitching about suffering, okay? I'm not crying about suffering. I'm bitching about suffering. In your face with it. And, yeah, the world has just way too much of that. There's just way too many people complaining about the wasted suffering on planet Earth. Yeah, that's the biggest liability of the human race, is there's too many people talking about all the wasted suffering. Fuck you people, cunts. But anyway, this pseudoscience thing, like I said, if you're going to come from nowhere, call me a pseudoscientist, right? I got 4,000 recorded arguments. 4,000 of these recorded arguments on the goddamn internet. You want to call me a fucking pseudoscientist, then at least have the balls. The fucking, can you find them? Can you dig up there and see if you can find one of your balls and pull it down and demonstrate me to be a pseudoscience by defeating one of those 4,000 recorded arguments? By demonstrating one of them to be catastrophically idiotic? Can you do that, you little flappy cunt? I don't think you can. So anyway, but yeah, I don't need this shit. If I want to get insulted, I'll make a proper YouTube video and have these proper assholes make their stupid remarks. But I don't need it from you, you fucking weasel. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? I mean, really? Man, that's just rude fucker. That's all I got to say to you. Anyway. So, but it's just like, so anyway, I was having this conversation with the big Lundy guy. And, we end up agreeing on a lot of stuff. He concedes and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so we agree on a lot of stuff. But he was making, so I sort of put the argument to him that there isn't really anywhere to go here, right? We have the answers. We know where all we came from, the DNA molecule, replication, toolkit, gladiator war. We're basically hungry, horny, and we do a few little extra things ego-wise, and that's about the game. And that if, so he brought up the Degrassi Tyson guy, and I couldn't seem to get an interruption in, because I wanted to just point out that the Degrassi Tyson guy is pretty much a duplicitous cunt, because damn, I mean, he just, depending on his audience, he changes his argument, right? So there's two videos on YouTube. One of them, he's talking about how, well, we're just carbon and hydrogen and, and they're the most abundant elements in the universe, and so, yeah, life just happens all over the place. And then another video, he's saying, well, guess what, people? The fucking rest of the cosmos is a radioactive hellhole, and there ain't nothing happening out there, okay? It's just way too hostile for any kind of complex matter to survive. And so that just is stupid. Hypocrites suck. But anyway, especially when they're scientists. So, but anyway, so he brings up this Tyson guy and says he has some sort of argument about some extraterrestrial intelligence that would look at us like we look at apes. Well, in the first place, I don't look at apes all that badly. I mean, they're doing the same thing I'm doing, right? Hungry, horny, and ego, right? It's exactly the same fucking pattern. I don't think they're doing anything that much dumber than I'm doing. I mean, yeah, okay, they're not living in a house. But what's so good about that? Property taxes, having to go to work, all that shit. I mean, I kind of would prefer if I could just sit out in the rain and eat leaves all day and, shag a few bitches and, scare a few people by yelling at them. Yeah, okay, that's cool. So, anyway, I'm just saying, I don't think we're that much smarter than apes in the sense that we have some knowledge, but it's just the stuff we acquired because we did the vocabulary thing, and we did a few experiments, and we figured out what lightning was, right? Just only 200 years ago, did we even figure out what lightning was? So, I mean, it took us quite a long time to really get with the program here and do some of this science stuff. But anyway, that's the funny part, is these guys are basically arguing that the human race is all devoted to science and learning and all this other crap. And I just made the simple point that, no, 99% of the human race couldn't give a shit. They're just doing the hungry, horny thing, an ego thing. And that 90% of the time spent is hungry, horny thing, okay? And there's a tiny fraction of the time of the human race and of the members of the human race doing any of this science stuff, and most of this science stuff is only getting done because somebody's paying them to do it. But it's a minor part, and it's always looking for the tang, right? We go to the moon, and what do we get out of it? Tang. What do we get out of it? Some sort of commercial chocolate bar, some kind of food that you can boil in a bag. That's what it's usually about, is like, show me the money, right? I mean, we basically stopped doing science. We stopped doing the space program. Why? Oh, because it's not paying off anymore. We're not getting any cool new stuff from it. Robotic vacuum cleaners or something, right? There's just nothing. So anyway, there's a comment here, so we'll get to this shit. This ex-knowledge free guy, who's really knowledge is free, is really an annoying little. I really don't like this fucker. But he's always talking up. He acknowledges it's a stupid game, but he somehow thinks the universe is smart. That's just so fucking irritating. I mean, how can you get most of the answers right, and then on the simplest question, does the universe have a brain? Somehow this fucker says yes, and you're like, where are you getting this from, dopey? Well, anyway. What else in the universe has more significance than a conscious state, you ask? It is significant that the universe has the capacity of creating these conscious states, which are inherently valuable. Well, that's just, you see, you're being deceptive right there, right? The states are inherently valuable, but the value can be decidedly negative, right? I mean, that's the whole argument being made here. There's two states of being, good and bad, not good and gooder. I would argue that it's bad and badder, and we're just too stupid to realize that. But that's the reality. You go from bad to worse. That's all you can do here. I'll go from worse to bad. So it's not as bad. So you can go to not as bad. That's the best you can do on this planet, is get to the top of Mount not as bad. But so this is just a deception, inherently valuable. No. Not inherently positive value, inherently of a value, and the question is what is the net product? And I'm going to argue the net product looks a lot like an actual piece of cat shit. When you add it all up and you put it in a big pile, that's what it's going to look like, cat shit. All right, if you have a machine that produces inherently valuable, significant products, so now you've just broken. You've implied that this is an agreed-upon premise, and that's just absolute crap. So you just cheated the whole frickin' argument. And, a machine that produces inherently valuable, significant products. What is that? That's not the concession being made here. If the value is negative, then the machine itself is also significant, and you would be stupid to ignore the machine and merely destroy the products. Even that doesn't make any sense. No one's talking about destroying a product. What we're just basically saying is let's turn the machine off if all the machine is making is cat shit. If the machine is just a cat shit maker, yeah, unplug it. Because making cat shit is stupid. You should try to find out how the machine works. Well, we already did this, right? This answer already exists in all the detail you really need. We know what goes into the machine. It's a DNA molecule replicating for the sake of replication. 4 billion years of gladiator war, 500 million of them with organisms going, ow, 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 stop doing that. And it can produce nothing but drama, Shakespearean, let's play out some stupid little life struggle thing. I'll be the underdog, you be the evil, Dr. Evil, and let's play it all out again, and blah, 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 and let's do it over and 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 over again, and we won't realize how redundant and stupid it is because let's die. Yeah, so we'll just keep, as soon as we get smart enough to know we're completely game, the game is stupid, and we're just sitting in our nursing home drooling on ourselves, then start over again. Erase whatever you learned, be ignorant again, and have to learn it all over again that you're just pointlessly making cat shit. Alright, anyway, and then stop it, fix it. But don't leave it alone when no one else is around to keep an eye on the machine. That would be irresponsible. So that's a reasonable point to make, but there's no way we can, there's no realistic prospect that the human race is ever going to get its hands on anything called the controls of the universe. So this is just frickin' rainbow chasing bullshit. You might as well be chasing God. Alright? It is to chase control. There's just no way. You're not even going to be able to get a tiny distance in the universe because of the expansion of the distance anyway. You're not going to time travel. If there was such a thing, all your other alien civilizations would have already invented it and done it already. So the game is over. This is a stupid parasitical infestation on a planet, and that's all it is. It's replication for the sake of replication. There's no design function here. There just isn't any. I mean, you're just contriving it. You can't see how you're just contriving it. You're saying because this matter has a property, somehow the property is intrinsically something. There's nothing intrinsically anything about a diamond, or gold, or silver, or palladium, or platinum, or any of these elements, or any of these compounds. The fact that these compounds have properties, nicotine, heroin, just go down to peanut butter, whatever, any frickin' chemical has certain properties. The properties aren't magic in and of themselves, just because they're a property. And because a DNA molecule replicates, and that happens to be its property, it's no different than a diamond being clear. It doesn't mean anything fundamentally, so you have to analyze what's the implications of it. Gladiator war, toolkits, fighting for no purpose, ego gratification. Silly, stupid, no point. Contrived motivation, contrived perception of value, so I would chase, so it's either a fake carrot in front of me on a stick, or a whip, an illusionary, perceptual, contrived negative perception created by this psychological mechanism to force me to go left and right and move this way and move that way because that gets my DNA into the future. Why should I glorify that? Why should I give that even a second thought as being a good idea? I wouldn't invent such a machine. I wouldn't subject some other sentience to being the victim of such a machine. Why the hell would I do that? I would create an alien race that would be subjected to this mechanism, 500 million years of nonsensical evolution, so it can have 43 tentacles on its head and play tennis and think it's accomplishing something? And watch baboon shows on fucking TV? Fucking moronic baboon television? I don't think so. Anyway, enough of that. So let's the room's still open, so let's go back in there, just see, just see what happens. Can't wait, right? Let's see who's in there. Yeah, it's loading. Who's in there? I don't see anybody.
Fuck that, it was an 8. Like, what? They're so fucking retarded. I mean, I barely want to do any research on them. It's like, fuck them.
They were such because they were such an incredibly retarded species, really.
They really were. It's like, right there, like, that's, like, there should be proof, like, there isn't a God. Like, what merciful fucking God would make this shit?
It's like...
Then again, the platypus is evidence that there probably is a God, because that's just the most hilarious fucking animal in the history of man.
Well, the platypus has, like, fucking, like, it makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint. When you look at it, like, the bill, like, can detect movements and shit, and it's poisonous. It's really good at fucking swimming.
Yeah, well, it's just an accident that it looks like a duck's bill, so that's the real catch, right? It's just one of those things where it's, they say that the eyeball was invented by evolution like 5 times. Yeah, so the bill was invented more than once, but it's like, it's just an accident that it looks like a duck's bill.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bill design was in nature long before then. You had the dinosaurs with the big duck bill thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's just, from our perception, that's just a prejudiced view.
Yeah, it's just we call them duck bills because, that's the most common animal with a bill nowadays.
So anyway, I'm recording this little segment. I just wanted to come back in because I did want to explain what pissed me off. But
I have some ideas.
I'm recording it. I've recorded this entire thing, so if you want the recording, let me know.
Yeah, I don't really have an interest in the recording. No, I mean, I'm really not interested in a hate group, okay? I mean, we're having a reasonable conversation. You come at me with this personal crap, calling me... Look, will you let me finish my fucking sentence? Really. You just keep talking and talking and talking.
I don't want to hear you talk because your voice is irritating me.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Thank you.
Yes.
That's really fascinating. That's fucking fascinating. Thank you. That's right. So I can't even get the time to explain why you're a bag of shit.
And you are a mindless little drone.
Yeah, prove it. Prove it, you fucking cunt. Prove it. Let's see you make a video. Make a video on any subject, you fucking minor-brained weasel. Make a video on any subject and I will bury you and show you to be the ignorant, dumb cunt that you are.
Know your role.
Oh, fuck you, you drama whore piece of shit. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck this moron room. Fuck you. Oh, yeah, sorry. I left the group. Fuck that. I mean, that guy's always in there, and he's just an asshole troll. So, fuck that shit. It really is pointless. Hate club. Yeah, well, they earn their name. Yeah, take my fucking face off your group, too, you fucking cunts.